It is 10:30, y'all. You know what time it is. It's that time of the week. It's Tuesday, my favorite day of the week. You know who it is. It's the part-time Marks. It's Larry Black Lightning Burke.
Kurt McGirt, man. What we about to do, man?
Man, you know what we're about to do. We got some wrestling to recap, my guy, here in about a minute. So I think there's one thing we need to do. Let's
and we
mark
gonna
about it.
we gonna mark about it. Let's go.
It's the 10:30 hour. We are here. We're back once again, 2 weeks in a row. We are here at the part-time Marks. Kirk McGurk, how are you, my man?
I'm feeling good, man. We here. We here. We ready to talk. We ready to chop it up. What's up, man? How you been?
Man, I'm good. I'm good, man. On this very, very important day in America, there's, I feel good. You know what I mean? Everybody go out and vote, no matter what your choice is. You know what I'm saying? It's a very important day in America, but man, did we have an important weekend and some wrestling, Kurt.
Yeah, very important, man. It's crazy because a lot of people they didn't like the pay per view. What did you think of the pay per view as a whole, brother?
As a whole, okay, I was one of those guys. I wasn't too impressed. I guess we'll get right into it, man.
Yeah, we might as well get right into it.
As a whole, it. I mean, you know how I feel when they go over to these other countries, my man. And I'm gonna say this until I get a little bit more. And I mean, these are glorified house shows. And I mean, I understand why they're doing that, but man, it's you're giving us wrestling early in the day, and you're wearing us out a little early in the day for some of these long drawn out matches, man. And it just, if I had to rate it, man, it was maybe two and a half, 3 stars
Out of five.
out of five.
Okay. Five. All right.
So I mean, I got my opinion out. Let's mark about it. How do you feel?
I mean, I'm a guy who when it comes to these Saudi shows, I keep my expectations very low. And that's just because what we've been given before, even though that was under Vince, they
Yeah.
have gotten a little better, but it's still like it could be so much more. Now remember
Yeah.
we was wondering what was going on with the Crown Jewel champion, so they got these rings.
Yes. Yeah, because I mean, this was a big deal to me too. I was wondering, like, what are you gonna do with these championships? Like, I'm
These
like,
championships,
are you gonna
they
walk
stay over
around? But
there.
I was like, are you gonna walk around with this for a year? Like, I wasn't fully understanding what they were gonna do with them. But now that they explained that they're gonna leave them in that WWE experience over there in Saudi, and I guess they're gonna collect them like Super Bowl trophies. Oh, okay. I guess. I just
It was what was the point?
I, I guess bragging rights. Um, you know how big they want to make this stuff over there. So, I mean, if you can go in and look at these championships on a regular basis, I mean, that's if you're if you're thinking further outside the box for others, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, um, I mean, I didn't understand. I was so confused on what was going on with those championships.
So yeah, my expectations were already low, and then it's like what we got. It was just like
I
I
yeah,
had. I'm not
I
even
just
going to give
hated
it the
that
half. It's a two for me.
I finally got tired like during the main event. Like I started to kind of like catch myself like dozing off. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, oh man, I'm worn out now. Like
I tuned out.
so, yeah, and this different schedule. You're used to wrestling, you know what I mean, at these hours. So when they're flip flopping these schedules, I mean, you're flopping your schedule around to try to watch it too.
I started the pay per view at work. I was still at work.
That's what I'm saying. Like this, typically you're home. You ate something, you got yourself relaxed, and
Yeah.
you're having at work to do this. You're having to pull out your phone now because they're either making us wake up at 5 in the morning. By the way, we're never going to do that one again.
Never.
I will not be taking that plane trip to wherever they went to that last time. I'm going to miss the boat next time.
I'll catch the replay.
Yeah. But let's get to it, man. They started the show. I didn't expect them to start the show like this. You can't tell me they didn't. You didn't expected them to start the show with the original Bloodline versus the new Bloodline.
I didn't expect them to start the show.
I
I
just,
was when you hit me because I was in the middle of work. So you hit me. They was like I was like, oh, I am a little late. Let me turn this on. So yeah, I'm like, damn, starting with the bloodline. And right there, I just knew that we wasn't getting nothing special.
I
Nothing.
was like, oh man, this is what I thought we were building to. You know what I mean? Like this is what I thought.
Oh, we're building the war games.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just like, man, are we gonna send some of our best product out there right now? This is just not the time that I feel like you should
I
send your
mean,
your biggest storyline out there. But okay, later on in the show I understand why.
yeah.
So and how did you feel about the match?
I feel I out of every match on that pay per view, I feel like this one was it was the one that I like the most because it did what it's supposed to do to further the storyline, and the fact that Solo pin Roman made it even better.
That was a bigger. My opinion, I like the build up. I like how Jay wasn't really trying to tag Roman. They still gave that. Does Jay trust them? So I mean, which we probably knew that was going to happen anyway. But I think it playing out the way it did. I mean, yeah, we got everything we wanted. We got Sammy Uso pop. I guess we get Sammy Uso popping out, and but this is where they lost me in that part. I didn't like how long it took to build up for Sammy to accidentally kick Roman. That I and what's kind of threw me off is like when I went back and like watched the recap again, it was like Roman was taking way too long to get up. So it Solo like finally alerted him, like he turned around and like gave him that look, like, and then I mean Roman just instantly like snapped out of it and went for the spear. But I felt like just that whole build up part, because I mean I felt like okay, Sammy's gonna accidentally hit Roman, but it just took so long. And I mean I understand they were trying to get the camera angle of everybody's face, and I mean because this is a big moment,
Yeah,
but it just took so long from him standing there, So they kind of lost me a little bit there, but then, ultimately Sammy boots Roman. We clearly know it's not on purpose, you know what I mean? But
but yeah, it's
you got
they
to
got to
drag
work
us
through
out.
it.
You got to drag us out. So
Yeah,
I
we got
mean,
to.
they gave us like they got us boiling early. I guess they did want to try to engage us a little early, so that's probably why they put that match on first. I mean, I guess we still got our full storyline, so I felt like that match. Yeah, that was probably definitely one of the better ones of the evening.
It was
I,
nice progression, but no, it's not the only story we got going on, but it was great progression for what they got going on, man.
yeah, and obviously we'll continue into that later on. But obviously, solo pin Roman, and I mean that again.
And,
That
and
that, that's big.
the Jay Uso reactions and the Roman Reigns reactions
Oh
to
man, there was
Uso.
so much great stuff, man. Um, what I love to see is how Roman, deep down inside, he's looking like I'm sure he looks around and like, man, I put everybody in this circle in a great position.
Yeah,
Like, and he's intaking it, even though he's making those, man, he's intaking all that. Like, yo, this is phenomenal. Because did you see how they even greeted Jay with those sunglasses? Out
yeah.
there, there was this huge statue of his sunglasses somewhere. I just caught a picture of that. I like, he's getting bigger and bigger, man. And I do feel like his mic skills stepped up a little bit this week. I felt like there was a little, even though he's still doing the yeet because it's easier for him. I felt like there was a couple things like he pinpointed this week that looked a little bit better with
He was
his
getting
mic.
more cohesive with it.
With yeah, because I mean it's a lot for him. You can still see it's a lot for him now, man. You were doing this and doing that, and I mean they've always been in big positions, but now that you're starting to be a guy, like
It's your spotlight.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, if you ask me, I mean, he can have some claim to tribal chief at this point.
Oh, I think, man, maybe who knows what's going to go down for in 3 years from now. I hope we're going back. Like, you remember that episode on like November 5th, and like I hope that's how far this goes. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, he might have a stake at tribal chief at some point in time. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong about that
Nah, I guess we'll see.
one. Yeah, I guess we'll see. But man, the next thing we had for the evening was we had the fatal four-way women's tag team championships. What did you think? Wasn't it for you? Well, on the internet, I did a lot of research. Now, a lot of people thought that was one of the better matches of the evening.
Oh yeah.
After further review, that's some people thought that was one of the better matches of the evening. Now, I'm not gonna say that.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm still in the middle of leaving work and driving home, so caught bits and pieces, but I didn't go
Um,
back and watch it. So that's
I
why I'm just
understand.
like,
In
nah.
my opinion, there was some spots that was like I thought they were okay. Um, I I'm still seeing the small mistakes by Jade.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's crazy. It's like, are you going to improve a little bit?
uh, there was some improvement. I will say there's been some improvement. I will say that. Like I'm slowly seeing there was a little bit. Let's just say it like that. But then, right when EO and Sane went for their new little move they're doing that where she's throwing her up and she's hitting that elbow. It
Yep,
looks nice,
it
but
looks beautiful.
it looks beautiful. It's a great tag team move. But Jade was in the way, and like so when she first kind of turned around to run off the ropes, like move, yeah, because somebody else was out of. It was like man, they just get in those positions to where people are just out of position.
Yeah,
And
this is why she should have went to NXT first, but what?
yeah, yeah, but man, when you invest a lot of money in a project and they you're I don't know, man. It's a different world, man. It's a different world. Like that's for. I mean, that's what almost everything in life. But in this wrestling world, man, WWE is a different market, man. And like I said, you don't want to feel like you're always just being sucked into that because that's the mainstream wrestling. But most of the people they can't tell you at the end of the day, the end goal is WWE, WrestleMania main event. So you got to be prepared for this stuff. And but I mean, I'm not gonna knock him, man. I guess if you're gonna say something negative, look where we were a couple years ago with the women's wrestling, like with just having one or two of them over there.
Yeah.
Then they're starting to open in the market for the women. So like, it's a happy medium. They got to do better. When you're there, you got to do better because we're noticing this stuff. Now, like I said, there were some spots. I mean, Chelsea Green's gonna be Chelsea. She's gonna do something. So she acted like she was gonna do a moonsault or something, and then she ended up doing like just a regular dive. And obviously, Io hit a moonsault from the top rope. Um, the girls, Metaphor,
I
they
was
did
definitely
a yeah, they did a spot where I always get the names twisted up. What's her name? Lash
Jackson,
Legend,
last
yeah.
legend, yeah.
And what is it, Jakaria?
Chikari
Jakari.
Jackson,
So
yeah.
they did a spot where she carried her over. She showed her strength. You did get that face to face with her and Jade. I
Yeah.
mean, that's two diesel of women. So you did get that stare down. Um, Obviously, Jade and Belair came out on top, but yeah, and but they're playing seeds. I do see where they're still playing seeds, and you know what I mean, where things are going with other stuff. Wasn't the best of matches in my opinion, but it was all right. It was another one. It was another maybe 2.53 for me. The internet
Yeah.
says differently, but we all have our different opinions.
Yeah, everybody's entitled to their opinion, man. I know I didn't miss nothing special.
Nothing that man, like that changed the game. No, not at all. There
I
was
do
none of
remember
that.
listening to that in the car though, so that
Yeah.
was my drive home.
Um. Yeah, man. Let's go. The next match. We got Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Um. First off, I'll say I definitely I liked how Bronson Reed came out and his outfit. He
The
had the outfit with MF
the
Doom.
yeah.
Um, I wasn't like one of the biggest fans of MF Doom, but the minute I seen it, it just registered to me. So I definitely thought that was something that caught my attention.
It was dope.
Um, Seth Rollins, man, that crowd, man, no matter what,
They love
he they love him. It um again, I thought it was a decent match, but I have my questions. I just don't
him.
understand. Please.
Yeah, because why if because obviously we're continuing this. Why does Seth Rollins win?
That's my thing. Excuse me. Um, what does it do for Seth him winning right away? It kind of threw me off. It didn't
Like
do. I mean, obviously, it was definitely a good match. When doesn't Seth Rollins have a good match? But and I mean, I guess they respected him with so many different curve stomps, and actually, it took a top rope, so he gave him the respect.
I
No, that
feel like Seth should have been demolished this first match. I need Seth to go to a place to where, all right, I need to get serious right now and stop all this other bull crap. Like my back's against the wall.
yeah,
Nah,
because that's Seth Rollins. That's the danger of Seth Rollins. So do you want him to turn? Do you want him heelish?
no, it's not. Hill is just like I got this monster coming after me. He's beating my ass every chance he get. I need to get a
Yeah,
little bit more aggressive. Like,
yeah, because then I think that keeps him out of the title hunt because no sooner he's in the title hunt, he almost has to win. But
man,
then at the same time, he almost has to win it. But then everybody gets mad when he wins it, and so his chase is always so much better. I was kind of like explaining that to my son the other day. I'm like, you notice all the rest you like all different wrestlers now? And he was like, yeah. I said, I tried to tell you this, man. Like, wrestling's like such an ongoing ship. I was like, one minute you thought these wrestlers were terrible, the next minute you're like, well, that's my favorite wrestler. And I'm like, that's what it does, man, to you. Like, I was like, it got you so indecisive that it got you all over the place. And I'm like, I either tried to tell you these wrestlers were good already, and you were sitting here trying to convince me that, oh man, these guys aren't no good. And I was like, now you're telling me you're ordering their T-shirt, and I'm confused by this.
that's what it is.
But yeah, man, I definitely have my questions. Obviously, we see that this story is carrying on, so we're gonna we'll see where that goes.
So where do we take it though? Like, he won. I mean, yeah,
Well, I mean, obviously Bronson had something to say about that last night, but I guess we'll get to that.
yeah.
And all right, next up, we had our first Crown Jewel championship, the women's championship. So again, we're still getting more females out there. Um,
I like it.
again, man, there are certain parts of the story that you definitely are good that they're telling. We had Tiff make another attempt to possibly cash in.
He should have
Um,
never.
I again, man, I'm just like, what are we doing here? But again, I understand why Liv won. I mean, they're definitely trying to push certain characters out, and it's good for her career, I guess, because
Yeah,
it wouldn't have done nothing for Nia right now.
Tiffany don't need it. We're getting good shit from her.
We're getting Tiffany's Tiffany, and we do know when we finally get what we're supposed to get, when the ultimate payoff. Obviously, it'll be something good, and they're going to confuse us. I don't know when she's going to do it. Is she going to cash in on Nia, or is she going to try to cash in on Liv?
Can't
Because
call it.
obviously Liv has other stuff going on too right now. Because obviously of last night, when we'll get to that as well.
Hmm.
So, I think the right person won in this situation. Obviously, because what they're trying to do for them championships over there are those trophies. And so, yeah, this again, we just don't know why they're using belts to do this. But okay, again, they're trophies. They're not technically belts this time. I'm just gonna look at them in that form.
Yeah, they're gonna wear those rings. Yeah, the right person won. 100% because Nia already was the queen of the ring. She didn't need that.
Queen of the
Um,
Ring. She's already a champion right now. Yeah, I mean, obviously both of them are, but um,
give Liv
it,
some accolades
it
because
does. It
she
gives her it
deserves
gives her a little bit of cred because I mean, Naya's already had championships. I
it. Yeah,
mean,
and
this is
you're
her what
celebrity.
second or this is her
You're here.
third run as a champion or something, third or fourth possibly. So maybe third
I think so.
because she did the bully angle back in the day and won at
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
yeah.
Uh, uh, so this angle too. I want to say she ran something, but she got something prior to that too. So maybe this is her third run. I'm not sure. But she was always unreliable for years at a time, and a bully for real, and all that other.
Yeah,
And
but
all that.
and people doubted her coming around this time, but she's been doing her damn thing.
She's been doing her thing, and like I said, a lot of people weren't happy about the blown spots in the last one. But man, she went for a Hurricane Rana at the last show on Bailey, and I'm like, and it definitely wasn't the best, and it probably definitely wasn't in the.
Listen, you're
Oh,
not going to get the perfect Hurricane Rana from someone of her size, and
yeah,
it's
but
fine. She gave
the
it the effort, and that's fine by me,
I
bro.
was like, because we was together with that one, and I was like, okay, I'm not mad at it. She gave it an effort,
Not
so
mad at
yeah.
all.
Yeah, so I'm not mad at this run, and then I think, yeah, possible. We don't know who Tiffany's cashing in on, but Liv got things going. Liv got a million different problems over there, so obviously she probably is gonna eventually cash in on Naya.
Yeah,
Something's gonna happen. They want this to be special because obviously now the crowd's really starting to like Tiffy. She's on the fence. You know, they don't like her, but they do like her. She's in that middle. She's in that middle tier right now.
as soon as she cashes in, they're gonna
Crowd's
love her.
gonna
Blow.
blow. Cause so it is. It's probably has to go in on Naya. That's probably her best move.
It has to.
And yeah, the story. You see where the story's going. So I didn't think Crown Jewel was the right place to do it neither. So yeah,
So like you said, it's like a glorified house show. It's like
just
it's a filler episode, more or less. Like you don't do nothing too. That's why they're creating their own shit. Like, all
yeah.
right, yeah, let's take the king and the queen of the ring over there. That's well enough to get somebody
But
over there.
it
Let's do
gets
this crown jewel champion. That's fine. All right. Like,
yeah. It's a glorified house show. So oh, yeah. But let's carry on. Next we had Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Do we even call that a match?
it wasn't a match.
There wasn't a match.
Was no match. I mean, I said that Kevin Owens should just go in there and demolish him, and that's
Hmm.
kind of what they did. But I wanted it to be in a match, you know.
Yeah. Um, I kind of was confused. I was just like,
Yeah, like we're
is
not
this
gonna have
going
a
to be a
match.
regular match? And then they're like, no, there's no match at all. Obviously, by that point, people was hit with chairs and people was they were through the crowd and everything else. So obviously, we have a lot more to go with this. I
Oh
guess it
yeah,
was just that intensity of that made that whole situation was good. Obviously, we got Orton, RKO, and um, not Aldis. The other one.
Scrap Daddy.
Yeah.
But he remember he already paid that fine. Remember,
Wait, did he pay? Yeah, he did
remember,
pay them.
remember when he RKO'd Aldis. He gave him a $50,000 fine, and he was like, "Hold up, you gave me 100,000." He said, "That's for next time."
Ah, long term
I
storytelling.
wonder if they bring that up, bro.
Long term storytelling. Good eye. Good eye.
Hey, bro.
You're exactly right. I did. That is right.
As
He
soon as
did
he
give.
did that, that's the only thing I thought about was that he already paid that fine.
You're paying attention. You got me. I
I try
forgot.
sometimes.
That's a good call. He already paid for that RKO.
Yeah, you might as well get it out.
Um, and obviously, I feel like they're still like they're turning the water on for the two general managers.
I
I
need
still
it.
feel, I still feel like they're just heating up the pot. You know, you every week you can obviously see that they don't care about it, but now they're taking shots at each other on the internet. I don't know if you caught any of that.
No, I didn't catch some of that. See, I gotta. That's why I gotta. It's on
Yeah,
X. They on
um,
X.
and no, it isn't. I caught this I think on Instagram. It was a picture of him taking the RKO, and he said, so, I'm like, basically the general manager just watching this happen. And he said, "Yeah, but I got nice socks on now," or something. So, because his pants were like half over, you can see. He's like, "But what about them socks?" So Aldous responded basically like he didn't even care about the RKO happening. It was just something I caught earlier. I thought it gave me a good little chuckle for
Oh
a
yeah,
quick
man,
minute because I
for
was like,
sure.
okay, I could see that they're continuing to build the general manager. Um, but yeah, we just got a straight streak for so, and we're just seeing so much sketchy stuff with Owens
So
and
much, man.
Orton,
It's
and
Owens,
not
like
even Owens. Actually, Owens got a case. I mean,
I said, man, like he's not wrong.
he's not wrong. And Orton's doing some real shady stuff when he looks at that world championship.
But listen, and when those seeds are planted, and he's going through all this with Kevin and Cody, you're not doing that. This is
Cody's not paying attention to Orton at all.
you're fueling the viper to come after you next, bro. Like
You're you of all people, you're not watching Randy, and Randy's like, man, he's looking at your championship. Because I mean, if we
he's
was in the
he's
room
in this
together,
situation because of you. Like now I'm getting my ass beat because of you, and you're just
so yeah, there's a lot brewing there. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, you're my boy, bro. But if every time I turn around and I be seeing you looking at my belt, I had to ask you, like, bro, something up with you in this championship? You looking at my
man,
belt? Kind of funny.
it's the WWE championship, bro. Like
Yeah, I'm just taking a good look at it. I mean, 'cause maybe he's just taking a good look at it. It's been a while.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to break records.
yeah, I'm trying to break records. Who isn't? Mahomes is trying to break records.
But you
Yeah,
see, this is what I'm saying. This is what Orton's thinking. Like, I'm trying to come up. Like,
yeah. Your boy Cody better pay attention to what's going on, man. I think your boy sleep.
Cody's
that
too trusting.
he wants to. You know, he's too busy kissing babies and signing autographs, man. He's not. Bro, I'm trying to tell you. He's out here kissing babies, signing autographs. He's taking all the pictures. He's doing all the right. I call that all the right Cena things. You know,
Yeah,
like
but that's what he wants to do.
as you should, my guy. But you better pay attention to this locker room because there's people sniffing up that championship, and you
Too
don't even
trusting.
know.
It's too trusting.
So yeah, man. So obviously we're gonna get more what Orton and Owens, and that'll probably what we'll probably pick up on Saturday. It's probably gonna pick up in the parking lot somewhere, I would assume.
Probably.
Uh,
Probably.
yeah. Let's carry on. Next we had the triple threat match, but for the U.S. Championship. And I'll tell you, man, I'm gonna just start off. I liked the match, man. It was one of
It's,
the best. To
that was the
me,
match of the night.
that was mine. There,
That was
there was.
that's what I'm saying. That was the match of the night.
And even with the blown spot with LA Knight, I know he's been, but again, man, it's they gotta wipe these ropes down. They're saying how hot it is, and not everybody totally understands that. Like the outside world don't understand, man. When it's hot like that, and there's these bodies hitting these ropes, you gotta wipe these ropes down in between the matches.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean. So with LA Knight slipping, but again, man, yeah, it irritates him, and you could clearly see it irritates him. Like when I was wrestling, my best friend would always tell me when something didn't go right that I would always make a face or something that it showed that I was irritated. You know what I mean by it not going properly, and he's always just like, shake it off, man. Go right to it. Don't let it and you can see that it frustrates LA Knight when that happens. So it's just like something, man. Like somebody gotta tell somebody, hey man, wipe these ropes down. We got these spots that are gonna be decent, but I don't want to fall or I don't want to break my neck because I'm slipping off these ropes. But I did. I thought that when he hit that double spring elbow, that one where he jumps up, I thought that was
Hmm.
clean. Um, I thought the ending was clean with the BFT on like both of them basically. Well, Mello hit a move while he was hitting the move. I thought that was clean.
Yeah.
I almost thought I almost thought there was going to be a title change hands because of that long, like after that long ass feud, like between those two. I thought maybe that the title was going to change hands, and it was kind of. Is it? Is it? Because I guess, in my opinion, it's hard to put a title on Andrade because of the lacking in the microphone skills. But Mello has the talent and he has the microphone skills, but it's just too early.
Think it's too early for him.
I think so. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a title change. I would have liked. I mean, I like Andrade, but like you said, you got to be able to carry that mic, and if you're not,
And that's all LA Knight is. He's a walking microphone. You know, I mean that's his best attribute, honestly.
I
So
just need something. I need something more, man.
we definitely need us like we if we're gonna do these other championships, there has to be more invested into it. Because I mean, you got the bloodline fighting over. You know what I mean? The Fala. You
Hmm.
like you had Drew and CM Punk fighting over a bracelet. So when and I mean, this is a great. These are great storylines, and
Great story.
they're not even for championships. So they got to build something. I feel like for these other guys carrying these belts because they after a while, man, it's just like, all right, we need to switch it up, and you almost don't have to switch it up if they're in the that right match made in heaven type storyline.
Right.
And with all this freedom, you have to be like, hey, man, you have to be able to be comfortable to walk up and be like, all right, I want to work with this guy and I want to do a program and this is where we need to go. Now, you guys tell me what to do from here. That's what they got to do to build these championships. Cause still, I'm still like Cody's run is kind of
Yeah, man. It's like I know what he's done, but it's not really memorable. Like we had the
this
AJ
is where I
fight.
knew we were gonna be though. I mean, this is why I wasn't a fan of him getting the title,
There's
although
no
I
real
understood.
there's no real adversity for him. It's just
Yeah, I mean, he's just in the mix of all this. Obviously, we're building somewhere, but and I guess you need this program before to build to the next program. So yeah,
who's his WrestleMania opponent? Who do you think where do you think it goes?
his WrestleMania opponent. It, man, I don't know. You can't have him and Roman 3 times in a row. You
I
can't do
don't,
that.
I don't think it's Roman.
It can't be Rocky.
Nope.
What you thinking over there? You look like
And
I can see the steam coming from your head. What you think?
it's not even on my bad. It's not even on no I feel like I mean he's saying if my man's retiring, that's his last match for the championship.
We seen him?
Yeah. Ain't gonna lose, but
What?
passing of the torch match. Why wouldn't that be one of your
But
biggest
he said he's
headlining
gonna
matches?
wrestle. But he said he's gonna wrestle the whole year.
The whole year he's not done at WrestleMania?
Mm, he's gonna
Oh,
wrestle the whole year.
the whole year. Next WrestleMania.
He can beat Gunther,
How
and
to beat Gunther?
I mean, wrestle Gunther at least. I mean, I don't ever
So,
see I don't ever want to see Gunther lose again.
all right. So if he's coming back and wrestling the whole year, I would let him beat Gunther.
I mean,
Just to
because
just
there's
to
not too many people that can I feel like can legitly beat Gunther, and because
it's,
I'm
it's
not going to be okay with it regardless.
you're not gonna. I mean, yeah, you're not, but it's super soothing.
I've never in my 40 years of existence, I've never felt about a wrestler should never lose. Other than Gunther, like I really feel like I've never gotten to this point where I felt like a wrestler should never. I mean, there's plenty of times I'm like, all right, it's time to hang it up. No, I'm just like, keep beating people, keep
Keep beating,
beating people. But
keep
I
beating.
do. I mean, they make it a big deal when he does actually lose. So they are doing it the right way. I mean, technically, we've only seen him lose two times on the main show.
That's it.
I'm okay with that.
I'm alright with it,
I've been since I seen him in WWE Europe when I was like, I don't know who this dude is that be killing people. Even when I used to try to explain it to people, I'm like, yo, I'll be watching WWE Europe. And I'm like, I don't know who this dude is, but this is insane to me. What he be doing to people.
Walter.
Walter.
Was just
That was a time.
that was a time because him and Ilya used to get it in,
I was just about to say that before we go any further. Where is Ilya?
bro. Because that's my man, and I've been wondering that too. Like, is he injured? I wish I had another phone. Like,
I'll look it up here in a brief second. Oh, since I got mine right here. It just came to me like, yeah, where has he disappeared to randomly? Um, so, but yeah, we need to wait for that too. We need to wait for that too because it's going to be big.
we off track. All right.
All right, but yeah, let's carry on, man. Yeah, it was the final match. It was Gunther and Cody Rhodes, man, for obviously the other crown jewel
I get it.
trophy
I get
belt.
it. I get
And
it.
yeah, I do. I get the ending. What did they I thought probably one of I mean, obviously I felt like I was like kind of draining out in that point of the show.
Yeah.
But because you know what it is, you know you're not gonna get this super exciting match out of Gunther. That's never.
No, you're just gonna get brutality.
Yeah. You're gonna get brutality, you're gonna I mean, so that I did. I like how they used the ending. They spun what was that, Roddy Piper, and who did that ending? Uh,
No, bro.
yeah, that was a Roddy Piper, and
I mean, yeah, you would know better than me.
uh, I can't think. Damn, that's something like that. But I'm pretty sure that was the Roddy Piper, and man, I just blanked out.
He's just a couple years before my time.
Yeah, but I do. I like how they used that ending, and it was like such a classic ending. So, and that's what I like what they've been doing lately too, man. They're doing so much spinning back time
Yeah,
and
with my
bringing it
I like
in
callbacks.
in small tidbits, no matter what it is. I mean, like I said, what do we see? Like we seen the Hitman and somebody
I,
else's.
I told you, anytime you watch a punk match, you're probably gonna see a little bit of Brett in there.
Yeah, that isn't that who that was? Wasn't that
Yeah. Him
fucking
and him and him and Drew, they did
the Bret
him,
Hart?
Drew, and Seth, they did the Shawn Michaels, Brett, and Undertaker. When
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels was the ref.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that all new, like that all new, the new is the old, or the old is the new. I
Hmm.
definitely like that, and I like how they ended that match. And obviously, I got it, man.
Listen,
Cody is that guy
Cody,
right now.
he's your face of the company, bro.
He's your
So
face of the
now
company right now. Again,
he's
this
your,
is good for that WWE experience thing because everybody's going in there.
yeah.
This is Cody Rhodes's. championship and
He
yada
he
yada.
added another accolade too.
Oh, he's the first family member what to win a championship off American soil or something.
Really? See, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. So
Oh, okay. So
the
you
one
got
I was
something.
talking about is he's the only person in the company to have beaten Roman Reigns and Gunther.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right, Sammy. Never. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. That is a good one. I don't even think they brought that one up.
Hey, it's a good stat.
Yeah, but I want to say he was his first family member to win a major championship off American soil or something.
Are we calling this a major championship?
They are.
All right. I guess if they are, it's what it is. All right.
I mean,
Congratulations.
congratulations, man. Oh man, yeah. But man, let's carry on, man. Right after that, we had that was obviously that was the big show of the weekend, and I guess it produced well for them. So again, man, that's all they're really for. They're digging for these ratings in
Yeah,
this
this
building to the next phase. And I mean, no matter what, they're doing good right now. They're
they're
doing
doing
real
great.
good right now, and as they should be. They, you
I'm
know, what I mean, they
enjoying it,
can.
so I'm not gonna complain.
I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, I'm fully invested. But yeah, we went right in the. Let's get right to it, man. Monday Night Raw, and on Raw, it started off with obviously your new Crown Jewel Women's Champion and
Yeah.
Women's Champion Liv uh, out there starting her shenanigans again, and obviously you had a cross, or now you have she obviously has issues with Belair and Jade,
Yep.
so um, but that led us into a woman's. Yeah, because I didn't know where they were going with that at first, and then next thing you know, we got a women's battle royal for the possible next women's champion.
So random.
It was very random, but I see what they were trying to do again because obviously they were trying to showcase all the women. So the best way to do that is
But
do it
that
all at
but what
one
did I
time.
say, bro? What was the whole battle royal?
It was all tag teams.
Tag team. It looked like a tag team battle royal. So you you was like, wait. You said, wait, is this for the titles? I'm like, no, bro. You're like, no, this is the world number one contender. Like,
Yeah,
but it's
even
all tag teams, bro. Like
I was so confused when you brought it up. I was like, wait a minute.
all their depth is in NXT. Like,
There's
there's
so much
nothing
of it.
but tag teams. But that's because you have these tag team titles, and you have how many real tag teams do you got?
Still none.
Caden Carter and Katana are a tag team.
They're a
Damage
tag.
Control are a tag team. It's not like they were just thrown together. They used to be a tag team. So
They this is old stuff.
everybody else is just thrown together. But oh, metaphor. But they just came up, so we
They
can't
just came
really.
up.
They
Chelsea
thrown
and
together because you remember Chelsea was with what's her name first?
Chelsea just floating around, just doing whatever she wants.
Diggs, by the way, won. What's up, my man?
What up, though, Diggs? By the way, one, what up? Appreciate you checking in. But yeah, so we ended up in with all tag teams. Obviously, Liv cost Jade and Belair, and I think she's. If I don't know if you're noticing, it looked like Liv was trying to finally spark something between those two.
Yeah, I mean, we
She's
knew
being,
those seeds planted. You know, it's getting close to the season, so
yeah, she's instigating. She's slowly but surely instigating.
yeah.
So,
You got to get in
um,
their head, though, right?
but I tell you what, man, did you catch the ending to that battle royal? You couldn't pay me enough to take a German suit. Hey, Valkyria, you know what? I've been talking about you for weeks. For weeks.
Once,
Okay, months.
once.
But this week she decided I'm going to take a German suplex on the apron to take a loss. I liked it a lot. It was
Yeah, I mean,
nasty.
it'd be
Um,
stuff like that that get people over with certain people, man. Like,
it did. It was like her moment. But they gave it to the person I wanted to win it. EO.
yeah, I'll take it.
The, they've really been pushing EO a lot lately. Ever since her cash in, and it felt like her title run was kind of dry because you really didn't. She was kind of floating, and then it was like right after she dropped, like right when she dropped the belt. After that, they were just like, you know what? Her matches are good. It was like literally the minute she dropped the belt, they finally realized like her matches are good.
Fire.
I think she's top three.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think she's top three right now.
But that's why she's number one contender because she's going to put on a good match.
Because she's gonna put on a good match. She's gonna put somebody all the way over. So I thought that ending was insane. Man, next up, like how are you feeling about these roles that are 2 hours? By the way,
Um, I'm so on it. I like it, but I'm so used to 3 hours. It's like it goes by fast.
oh, it goes by so fast. It's like it goes by so fast, but I feel like they're packing more product into. They're putting more into the product in that 2 hours of their main stuff.
Yeah, it
So
makes you have to tighten up a little bit.
yeah, but this next segment, man, this is yours, man. What did you think about that Wyatt Six Bo Dallas Miz promo vignette?
I I like I you know me, man. This is my shit. I like how they're bringing it back all the way back to what was they, the B team, when Miz was giving them broken promises and whatnot, and just being Miz. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, so there is a purpose,
There
and it
is a purpose,
and it has
but
nothing to do, like, what did Bray always say? He never forgets, bro. Like,
it never forgets. And I thought that. Then yeah, it took me for a second there, and then they started to bring that B team, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is gold. And even with him saying like, you, you want you want the other guys. He was like, no, I don't. You were always the target. They were never.
always, you were always the truth.
You was always the target. Because what do we see? We see them get kidnapped
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago behind New Day. New Day didn't even see it. So, which leads us to right here. So, um, I think they're on to something good again with the Wyatt Six. I like what they're doing with them.
yeah, I
They're
like
not
it.
because at first, man, it was like they were. I thought they were going to end up being overexposed, but now they're finding a way to channel that they're not being overexposed.
You
They're
can't
gonna pick
overexpose.
they're just gonna pick their targets, and I think that's best for what they're doing with them. Don't have them in all kinds of feuds and Don't do that. I think that'll wear that story out.
And everything,
Since it's so theatrical,
yeah,
it's more important that it's theatrical. I think.
everything's lining up, and it's crazy how the stuff from the B team is lining up to what they're doing today. And you seen who grabbed him at the end, right?
That was yeah, that was what's his name who he also had the feud with.
He was trying to kidnap him a couple years ago.
That is right. So again, the,
I think it's all gonna tie in too, because why were you? We don't even know why he was trying to kidnap him back then, do we? Or was it that it's something about money?
was
I
it
don't know. I forget
it was
because
about money and Miz promised him something. It was but yeah,
you could
that
still tie that in a
and they are. You called it. That's why he was the one that came up behind him and snatched him. You're
yeah.
exactly right. This all goes back to that.
I love what they're doing with it, man, because you can't overexpose them because that's not the type of gimmick it is, and people are different on the internet. It's like,
Oh, why
oh,
ain't we getting a
we
Wyatt
don't
Six?
We don't see them. Oh, I'm like, we can't overexpose them though. Like
You
they
can't because it's such a theatrical story. It would be terrible.
they serve their purpose when it needs. So like now they're doing this stuff with Miz, which I think the Final Testament are going to end up being in there too because why not? Um,
Oh,
but we're because I seen something on the internet. Carrying Cross and his lady Carrying Cross was, and they were talking about it. He was drawing pictures of Bray Wyatt.
yeah.
You seen that?
Yeah, because like he didn't even care that Miz got kidnapped.
Didn't care. So that like stuff like that matters because we're using the internet. Like even though he's doing it on his own, like it matters.
It matters. It matters. It's
'Cause-
small stuff. So it'll, even if it don't tie in next week, it'll tie in a month from now. But they be like,
man,
yeah, this is what happened on the internet. This is why they want you paying attention. This is why they want you to follow every single person. This is why they want you to do that. Because if not, you're missing something.
I'm
Which is,
interested in seeing where they go though. Because what's next? What are you gonna do with the Miz?
yeah. Yeah. Our next match was the War Raiders. We're starting to get a good expand the New Day, which they had a little promo prior to this, and man, Kofi didn't like that. Xavier said he been dropping the ball, man. Like,
It's the little things, bro. It's steady building to. They're gonna have this. You know what? They're gonna have this 10-year anniversary soon. Why not? That's gonna be when it all explodes. I'm calling it now.
I, I think that's a great prediction. It does. It explodes on the
Cut it
same
at
day.
10 years exactly. Just cut it. We had a nice run. You know what I'm saying? But it's all gonna
And,
come to a head
and
though.
then just and then let them do. You know what? They'll let them do something special at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
They will, because they won't mess it up. They can wrestle.
yeah. Why
So
not? Why not give them a match against each other at WrestleMania? Like
they deserve
big
it.
Biggie special guest referee.
You got to, man. You got to let Buddy do something. Because I
Huh.
feel bad for him that he's out here just doing commentary. Because every time he turns his neck, you can see it's
Yeah,
never going to be right. I
you
feel
got a
bad
job
for
for life though, bro.
him. I just feel bad, man. Like,
Oh
at
yeah, definitely because he was far from done, but this is the risk
least
y'all
he got a
take.
championship title run, man. You don't see a lot of that
I
now.
don't
So
see a lot of that, but
he got his chance. So that's always something. You can never take that away from him. And you
can't
know, he's still got a job to this day.
to this
They're
day.
probably gonna make sure he's well taken care of with rights from time.
100%. I mean, they did it. They do it. They do it for people. They've done it for
They
people.
do. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I thought that tag team match was good, but at the end of the day, the New Day took another loss, so we know that this is gonna.
I mean, good because I like that we got the War Raiders back.
Yeah, they're packaging them good too this
I
time
like what they're doing, man. Like we need to put our energy into this tag team division and let's get to
because
work, bro.
these guys can wrestle seriously, and you know, what I mean, they can carry other teams. Get these guys some straps, man.
Yeah.
Get guys like that some straps because they can carry other people. It's not that they need the belts, but it will. It gives them some. It gives them something. And
And it's
then I mean,
crazy. I was kind of they were at the show I was at and they barely got a reaction and I was just like, come on, man. Let's give it to them, man. Like we like these guys.
sometimes it takes a while, man. They're gonna
It's
have to
going to
do.
take a while, but
They're
yeah,
gonna do something crazy in one of these matches, and then the crowd's gonna be like, "Yo, this is it." Dude, that's all that it is. That's what it'll take. But I think they're on the way of building them. Like you said, you can get them versus the Motor City Machine Guns. You can get the. There's so many different things that you can do with that. So that's where we're at. Where we're at with that. And the next man we got our Sami Zayn, the Bloodline promo. I guess we're gonna continue on this Friday.
yeah,
Obviously, Jay Uso. This the most important thing in this whole thing is Jay Uso called him Sammy Uso.
yeah.
And I mean, they did a lot in that small promo. That small bit of time they had, they did a lot because he talked about how he really trusted, how Jimmy was this man. He's like,
Yeah.
Jimmy, you was
And I'm
right.
glad he brought it up because we was
Because
just
that's
talking about that.
important.
Yeah.
Because that's important. Jimmy was really the one who liked Sammy.
They had the
Yeah,
handshake and all that. Like,
that was so gold. That was so gold. So he was like, man, for they told so much of a story there. They was like, really, Jimmy, you're the most untrustable person out of all these, and it's crazy because he's the most loyal to Roman. No
bro,
matter what,
crazy.
he's the most loyal to Roman. He does not turn on people. He's always forced to turn on somebody. So, and that's my guy. Like,
Yeah. The
it
dude
ain't
is
even about the wrestling; it's the character that he put
character. Yeah.
into it.
The
So,
backup, man.
they're they're the backup man, the backup quarterback. So, we're finally gonna get the original bloodline all in the same ring. I'm guessing this Friday, so this should be very interesting.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna be interesting, but you know what we're patiently waiting for, Paul Heyman, bro. Like that's
that
gonna be the one that's going. It's that's gonna be the one that
he's the
really,
defining.
yeah,
He's You're
like
right. He's the deciding factor. He's gonna be the day like, hey, listen, man, you have to let homeboy in here for real, for real.
yeah, and that's the wise man.
It's the wise man. And I mean, they showed pictures of him walking in with Roman over in Crown Jewel. There were some secret pictures that they were showing backstage.
I mean, he's always there.
He's always there. He's
He's
working.
always there, but I need you on
He's doing a
screen,
lot of
bro.
this story. This is why we're still watching this right now.
I need
Because
you on screen.
they're letting him write the pad.
Yeah, as
He's
they
getting
should.
as they should. Because he's the only person I would trust with the business outside of
Yeah,
Triple H
seriously,
like that.
seriously,
Um, so I thought that was definitely it's going to be big this Friday. I definitely know in my
big. I
mind.
can't wait.
That crowd reaction when everybody's in the ring at the same time is going to be crazy.
Where we at?
I'm not even sure what city they're going to be in, but it's going to be big.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Starting to get to the end here. We had a great match last night between Gable and Dragon Lee. They let them boys go out there and wrestle last night. Um,
Worse.
you don't always get that though, man. You always get a little bit of, but I think with these small packaging on the shows, this is why I'm kind of liking the shows. They're making sure you get one or two real good matches now.
Yeah.
So I think with them packaging the show a little smaller now on Raw, it's making those matches. And man, they were out there getting it in last night.
I love to see it because these guys can wrestle.
Yeah. So, and does this take them away from wrestling Mexican wrestlers now? Are they going to try to like put the LWO up against like the um up against Gable's unit? Like
I
the
like that, but then I just don't want it to be, you know, like
oh yeah, because now yeah, you're making it look like that too now.
yeah,
Yeah.
because if it was any other team, cool. But now it's just like the pro American team versus the Latino world order.
Yeah, you probably don't want that look right now.
I don't want that right now, bro. I don't want that. I
I mean,
prefer a Latino on Latino than that right
I
now.
mean, if they tell the right story, then maybe it won't look
Yeah,
like
if they tell the right story, but my, he's my man, but my man has been involved in some questionable stories himself.
you, you definitely right.
The way he did my man Book, I'll never forget it.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right. So yeah, maybe they excuse me. Yeah, maybe they can't go that route. That
They're
man, but
going
they
that
got.
route, but
But we can't keep having Latino on Latino crime. That's
I'm
not
tired of
cool.
it.
So tired of it, bro. I'm like, man, y'all gotta like each other. So y'all need to all sit down, enjoy some tacos and Corona, and
You said
Like
tacos and
drink
churros.
and drink some tequila, man, and chill out. Yeah, I ain't got to be fighting each other all the time. And I
Yo,
know they're cool with it because they're all just like, yeah, man, I'll have a great match every single week with this person.
yeah. Oh, we get to work together again. Cool. We're gonna go out there and tear it up.
Every single
And you
week.
know, with them, it's all about a pride thing. So if I get to go out here and tear it up with my brother,
I'm cool with it.
it's nothing better than that. Let's make
It's
money
not
together.
better. I'm
They're
getting
always making
paid,
money together anyway. Like
so
that's what
it's
they
just
do.
easier for me to make money with you wrestling you.
Yeah.
It makes logical sense. But
A lot of these guys know each other well
but it
enough in
seemed
the
like
ring from wrestling together over there anyway.
the end of the match that there's going to be a little bit of a feud here because there was obviously so much chaos.
I'll
And
take
you
it
must have to do something when you do have these, you know what I mean, full units of teams. Like
with the
you're gonna have,
female.
yeah, you're gonna have to go up against each other. Like I said, we're always about. I'm always about, you know what I mean, clicked up warfare. That's always been. Even if even if you don't like each other, as long as you have common interests.
It's getting to the point like what's going to be your war game matches? Because I don't see no big female rivalries building up. So is this what it's going to be like?
Well, it'll be Liv and Belair probably, or maybe Liv and um. Yeah, because she got all this going on with Belair right now, obviously since Rhea got hurt again. Which I man, I at first I almost thought it was a work, and
I
then
thought
I'm
so
like,
too.
yeah, so I totally missed it. But I guess she blew
Tough
her
luck.
cornea.
Yeah.
Bless you, she blew her cornea or something.
Like
So
dang,
yeah,
you just came back.
yeah. So I guess we'll just see, man. All we're focused on is this bloodline right now. That you,
That's the only war games match I'm worried about. But
that's it.
we usually get two.
Yeah, so we're gonna get some women and stuff like that. So, well, excuse me, man. I don't know why I'm so tired. I slept half the day. Um, but yeah, I don't know where they're gonna go with that for the female side of things. But I guess right now they're still just planting small seeds and see what's gonna actually work. But then,
Yeah.
man, but we do know who our number one contender is for Gunther. It's Damian Priest again.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. That's who they're really trying to push him to be a top baby face too, which I like it. I like him.
Oh,
That
our man Paul checked in and said, finally, they're giving my girl Io another title shot. Yes, sir, Paul. They have to, man. She is. I just said it. She is definitely top three in the company.
one of
Ever
the
since
best performers there.
they're really been showcasing her so much more lately, and I don't know if it's she's able to just work with so many people better than others, but you can really see that her talent has been standing out week after week after week. I'm such a big fan of her, so I can agree with you there, Paul. You got me there. That's my girl, right? That's my favorite foreign. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, she's. I'll
Um,
give it to her.
I did, man. I almost got suckered into thinking Dom Mysterio was gonna win that last night. They got me.
Listen, I thought myself that he was. I'm trying to see it. Like, all right, I'll take a Dom Mysterio ass beating, but uh,
Yeah, nobody really wants
that's
to
all
see
you're
him.
gonna do.
He's gonna get his ass beat. So, I, you're right. Um,
At least with Damian Priest, like I might believe a little bit that he could win. It might be a chance he could win.
because he's already been champion.
Yeah.
Seth, it's just not. He don't need it right now. He can
Mm-mm.
do other stuff, and he is doing other stuff. Clearly, Bronson came out in costume.
I love it
So,
because
um,
get my man over.
yeah, and Sheamus, it just doesn't make sense for Sheamus to be in that position either. So, but I do like how while the promos were building up, everybody was like kind of sneak dissing Dom. Like they'd be like, "Man, there's three great competitors in there," and Dom, and everybody made sure that they took a shot at Homeboy.
Yeah, you have to.
So I mean, even Gunther did it. I also like that Gunther during his pre he showed you're starting to see that he is a human more and more.
Yeah, like he's all about respect. You gonna respect me, and you gonna respect this ring.
That's and there's nobody in the wrestling game that respects the ring other than him.
Yeah,
He respects the ring,
yeah,
and and that's what makes him who he is. So that, and like that's what I said. Like he's like, no man, we ain't even got a problem with this person. Or like I lost, I got to do better.
yeah.
Nobody does.
That's it.
Nobody
Like
does.
that's it. Like I gotta do better. I gotta
They
come
are
up to it.
packaging this man so properly, man. There's
Uh,
not too many that you get packaged properly.
they love this man, bro, but so do we. Like feed
You
him
know,
more. Like I need the Brock Lesnar match, man.
you're gonna get it at some point. You know, it's not out the door,
It's not.
man. But man, oh man, man, we recapped everything already, big dog.
Yeah,
So, man, we just got to get ready for SmackDown here this week. Well, again, it's going to be an important SmackDown because obviously, you know, you're going to get the original Bloodline versus the new Bloodline. You're going to see where that's headed.
then we
Um,
got a we got a we got a big NXT show tomorrow too.
we got a big NXT show tomorrow, so man, maybe we're gonna have to try to squeeze in extra work this week. I don't know I don't know what your schedule looks like. We might have to talk to the higher powers.
Hey man,
We might have to talk to the higher powers. We might have to come back and recap some of this week, man, because like you said, there's a big NXT show tomorrow night in Philadelphia, man. That's gonna be insane.
ECW Arena.
The original ECW arena.
We got
That's
RVD popping up. Who else we got popping
Bubba
up? We
Ray
got
Dudley.
Bubba Ray Dudley popping up.
Francine, I think I seen Francine was gonna pop up. So obviously Tommy Dreamer's gonna pop up.
And
Uh,
then there's gonna be surprises. A couple banker matches too.
yeah, so I can't
Oh,
wait
we
to see
got we got Lola and Jada. That's all I'm worried about because I was
that.
mad I didn't see her at Halloween Havoc. We should have went to Philly.
Oh yeah. Yep. So you get Lola and Jada. So people better tune in
Tune
tomorrow.
in to
Or,
NXT
or
tomorrow. If
yeah,
you haven't watched NXT and you're interested in what they can bring to the table,
you're gonna
watch it
get
tomorrow night.
tomorrow night is gonna be something special for all my gentlemen out there. I'm sure our buddy Paul, he that just checked in with us, I'm sure he'll enjoy that one. Um, so I'm glad we can give him the heads up. And then, man, we're gonna have a field smack. We got to catch up with Owens and Randy Orton
Mhm.
and so much more. So maybe we'll have to talk to the higher powers and see if maybe we can recap this before we get too overloaded with all three next week, and we're not running over time like we're always doing. We hate to keep doing this to y'all, but we get to talk and we get to marking and we run over a little bit of time. But I'm sure they're okay with that. But man, it was great talking to you tonight as always,
It's
man.
always great talking wrestling with you, my man. But if I don't see you later this week, we definitely gonna see each other next week.
Yeah, that's an absolute. We definitely got to do that. And please, like I always do, man. Please try subscribe to this channel. There's something for everyone on here. I said I think they were talking about the Washington Commanders earlier. There's something for everybody. There's the Giants channel on here. I want to say the Big Blue. There's so much on this channel, so please subscribe to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. We're everywhere. You can find Trip on Instagram. You can find him on Facebook. Obviously, he got his tag there. You can find me on Instagram. My friends call me BL. Man, it's been another great night, man. Again, I appreciate you taking your time out to talk wrestling with me.
We here.
We here, man. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see you next week. And come mark with us.